Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a really fascinating look at the hidden mechanics behind why some products just succeed wildly in the market, while others, well, completely miss the mark. We're unpacking a highly specialized, intensive training program from Consumer Insight Consulting, specifically their hands-on sensory workshop. If you're a corporate decision maker, a product manager, or honestly anyone involved in creating what consumers eat, drink, or use, this is going to be absolutely crucial for you. We're going to explore how mastering your senses can completely transform your company's entire product development cycle. So, here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start by examining the cost of subjectivity in product development, and then move right into the sensory analysis solution. From there, we'll actually take a peek inside the workshop day itself, explore how it builds a shared language across departments, and break down the real-world business impact. Finally, we'll cover the logistics and next steps for those of you ready to take action.
Section 1. The cost of subjectivity, the danger of guessing.
Now, I want you to really think about this question for a second. Why do perfectly formulated products still fail in the market? It's a wildly frustrating scenario, right? You've got the technical specs dialed in, the ingredients are literally top tier, but for some reason it just doesn't connect with consumers. Well, the source material reveals that failure usually isn't about bad development. Actually, it's almost always about a lack of structured ways to evaluate sensory qualities. We're talking about things like taste, aroma, texture, and the overall experience. When you don't have a structured way to measure these things, you're essentially flying blind.
Picture this. Imagine your R&D department laser-focused on formulation and technical specs. Meanwhile, marketing is over there entirely focused on consumer perception and positioning. When these two departments try to communicate about a product's taste or texture, they're using fragmented, highly subjective language. It's like they're speaking two totally different languages. What tastes bold to marketing might literally just mean a specific pH level to R&D. This misalignment is a huge headache. It leads to costly product iterations, endless internal discussions, and massive delays in actually getting your product to market.
Moving on to Section 2, Sensory Analysis, the Objective Solution.
So the crucial point here is that sensory analysis isn't just about sitting around and tasting things. It's a structured, objective methodology to evaluate product qualities. It systematically replaces those vague, subjective impressions with hard, actionable insights. This workshop essentially takes sensory evaluation out of the realm of a purely technical, lab-coded exercise and transforms it into a vital, strategic business tool. It's all about moving away from gut intuition and toward objective, reliable data that your whole company can actually use.
Section 3. Inside the Workshop, a hands-on experience. Let's look at what the one-day schedule actually looks like. At 10 a.m., the day kicks off with a solid introduction to sensory science, exploring taste, aroma, and visual perception. Then, by 11 a.m., participants dive right into human senses in action. This is where they actually test their own individual sensory sensitivity, kind of getting a read on their own perceptual strengths, which is super cool. After a networking lunch, 1 p.m. is all about learning basic structured evaluation techniques, like scoring and ranking. And then, the real magic happens at 2:30 p.m., hands-on tasting. Participants don't just sit and talk about theory, they evaluate 3 to 5 real products, applying the methods they just learned, complete with individual and group feedback.
Section 4. Building a shared language, cross-functional harmony.
The workshop guides teams through 3 really vital steps. Step 1. Participants learn to detect subtle yet critical differences in product attributes that untrained teams just completely miss. Step 2. They learn to describe those products using structured, unified terminology, so no more vague descriptors. And Step 3. They use this brand new shared framework to align cross-functional teams. When R&D, quality assurance, and marketing are all speaking the exact same sensory language, this framework becomes an absolute strategic asset. It completely eliminates ambiguity and drastically reduces those internal conflicts we talked about just a minute ago.
Section 5. Business Impact, Real-World Returns. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer scope of the business impact. Companies that integrate this kind of sensory analysis see way faster product development cycles. They suffer fewer of those dreaded late-stage revisions. They achieve much more consistent product quality, which, directly leads to better market fit and much higher consumer satisfaction. Plus, behind the scenes, the improved cross-functional collaboration means teams actually enjoy working together to launch these products. A real win-win.
Take this testimonial from a recent workshop participant, for example. They said, "We saw immediate impact in the way decisions are made, faster, clearer, and better grounded." The source material also highlights this fascinating case study of a pharmaceutical company in Berlin. They brought in 12 cross-functional team members for this exact training. Their goal wasn't just to learn some cool facts. It was to identify the absolute best candidates to build an internal sensory panel. And the outcome? They quickly adopted a shared language, objectively evaluated their samples, and massively strengthened their internal collaboration.
Section 6. Logistics and Next Steps. Plan your workshop.
If we map out exactly who should be in the room for this, you really want a mix of these departments. R&D gains the ability to spot quality issues much earlier in development. Quality assurance ensures strict compliance with objective metrics. And marketing? Well, they can confidently align the product's design with actual consumer expectations. When these three departments train together, they form this cohesive unit that just makes incredibly well-performing products.
As for the setup, the ideal participant group size for this training is about 8 to 12 people. The source specifically notes that keeping it this size ensures a really high level of interactive discussion, active participation, and that absolutely crucial individual feedback during the tasting sessions.
And honestly, the best part, it only takes one intensive day. No way, right? Just one day. You can send your team to an open session in Berlin from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. or, and this is a huge advantage, you can actually request a customized on-site session at your own company, where participants evaluate your specific products and your competitive benchmarks. Literally just one single day to completely upgrade your team's decision-making process. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on today. Look at your own internal processes right now. Is your team making strategic product decisions based on objective data, or are they just guessing based on intuition? If it's the latter, Consumer Insight Consulting has upcoming sessions in Berlin on May 11th and July 3rd. It might just be the best investment your product team makes all year. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep growing,